or always manage to avoid conflicts and stay on good terms with almost everybody. What's your secret? He was asked once. Oh, it's easy. I never argue with anybody. I agree with them. But it's impossible, the interviewer exclaimed. Yes, as you wish, it's impossible. Dear Toastmasters and guests, recently I have come across some interesting advice. Choose somebody, one of your close ones, it can be a friend or your spouse, and start agreeing with this person all week. The whole 7 days. It doesn't mean you should lie or flatter. It doesn't mean you should agree to something you are totally opposed to. The trick is to find something to say yes to. For instance, you can say, yes, dogs are wonderful animals, and even if I like cats more, I believe that dogs bring happiness to people. Or, this shirt is good. Try that one, and we'll compare the two. So it's important to stop when you feel the urge to disagree and find something to agree. The urge when you just think, you will say, it doesn't suit you, or you are wrong. So what can it bring to us? They say that their relationships would be better with the person. Also, we learn to assert without confrontation and progress in rhetoric, of course. So I started my experiment. Who do you think is the person I usually disagree to? My husband. So, I failed. It happened to be impossible to disagree. The urge for instant disagreement was so huge because I was all the time saying something which I'm totally opposed to. For instance, we need to cut our costs this month. Before taking another try, I decided to find out why. What is this invisible power which prevents us to say yes and leads to confrontation? And then I got the epiphany. It was the comfort zone we don't want to leave. The comfort zone is my cup of tea. I've been exploring it in my coaching and training practice a lot. Like expanding the comfort zone, doing something new, going to new places, trying new activities, so on and so forth. But it's easy, actually, quite easy, when we speak about interesting things such as traveling, meeting nice people, learning beautiful languages. What I had never realized before was that the comfort zone is not only what we're used to doing, it's mostly what we're used to thinking. It's our mindset. It works like this. I have my own experience, have my own beliefs, and when I hear that somebody says something completely out of my viewpoint, I immediately disagree. So, to agree to somebody is actually a huge step out of the comfort zone. And that was the reason why my experiment failed the first time. But I decided to start again. Now, knowing about the comfort zone, I used my tried and tested recipes of expanding their comfort zone. So I started with small steps. First, I agreed to something which was not very important to me. And then I went to some more crucial things. And it worked. It was possible. After all, it's quite easy to discuss cats and dogs unless you're not going to have them at home. So then, I came to the more difficult things. I also had a recipe for that. Here's my husband saying, darling, we need to cut our costs. First of all, I had to make this thought comfortable in my mind. So I repeated his words. We need to cut costs, echoed I. Thus, I won their thinking time, and bright ideas went flowing into my mind. Yes, sure, I can buy 3 dresses instead of 5 each month. Gosh, I wish I had bought 3 dresses a month. Bad idea. Yes, we can go out every evening, and thus we can save the electricity at home. And we'll spend tons of money on their dinner out. Forget it. I won't go to the Toastmasters conference in Frankfurt this November, and thus we are saving 1,000 euros. Does it help us out? Bingo! The eyes of my husband lightened up. So it worked. It was possible. And the results were encouraging, though I will miss my Toastmasters friends, of course. But my husband has become really calmer, easygoing, and nearly abandoned the idea of postcards. Would you like to try yourself to take this advice? Or would you think it's a weird idea, it won't work? Yes, the old habit to disagree is here. It hasn't left me yet. But no, you know, now I can react differently. I won't argue. After all, it's your life. But if you would like to enhance your relationships, try out this method. It really brings amazing results. It also trains our brain to find new solutions. And once you have tried, you would never say, it's impossible.